This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now then, if you are lucky enough to be in possession of one of these, yes, I guess we can all dream, can't we? And if you have a liking for this style of guitar, either a hollow or semi-hollow electric semi-acoustic guitar, and if you're looking to go guitar shopping with a huge dumper truck full of £50 notes, or if you're just wanting to do a bit of fantasy guitar shopping, which is what we're engaged in today, here are a few options. These are what I call silly money semi-acoustics. Here they are. Okay then, beginning at the budget end of the range for £2,955, we have the Gamble Guitars Big Mama VBB. So what do we get here? Well, we get a semi-hollow body made of African mahogany with a quadruple A flame maple top. The finish on the front is aged vintage brown burst in like a nitro finish. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, all of that kind of lacquer checking there. It's not to my taste, but I'm sure some people would like it. I do kind of like the funkiness of the outline shape, though. It is, it's sort of familiar but different. Do you know what I mean? I do like the sort of Ace of Spades inlays on the neck as well. Let's have a look at a few more pictures. Again, Ace of Spades there on the switch cover on the back. And as I say, not a huge fan of this kind of phony aging, but you know, it's not that offensive to me. But it's just I would prefer it not to be there. Let's have a look at the headstock. Nice headstock design. Again, that sort of Ace of Spades. I'm guessing that this must be the company logo or something. Lovely looking bit of matching headstock. You know, the timber on the headstock there. Looks like just Clusen style machine heads, not locking or anything like that. And again, just a few more shots of the guitar. Lovely looking thing. Like the kind of recessed heel there for top fret access. The one thing that does seem a bit cheap to me is the fact that you're paying thick end of £3,000 for a guitar and it comes with a gig bag rather than a hard case. I think for that sort of money, it's reasonable to expect a proper hard case, but you don't get one. Let's have a look at the rest of the specs here. 635mm scale length, 42.5mm nut, 12-inch neck radius, pickups. Harry Housel Vintage B Alnico 2 bridge and pearl neck. I don't know what that means, but you know, essentially vintage covered pickups. Not a brand of pickups I've ever heard of. Harry Housel. Anybody got any info on those? Let me know. Simple wraparound bridge. You know, there we go. Just nothing wrong with that kind of bridge. Mind you, it doesn't look to be. Can't really see in this picture here. It doesn't look to have any sort of compensation on it other than the obvious overall slant of the bridge. But then again, I had a Gordon Smith years ago that just had a simple wrap over bridge and it intonated, well, I wouldn't say perfectly, but it was certainly well within acceptable parameters. So anyway, that is the Gamble Guitars Big Mama. Let's have a look and see what we got next. This is very pink, isn't it? It's the Duesenberg Star Player. Now, what attracted me to this one wasn't the colour, I'll be honest with you. It was, when you look closely at it, you can see it's got that fascia, that finish, which is kind of made up of a mosaic of mother of pearl or pearloid or whatever. And it kind of reminds me of the old, what's that brand of guitars? Zemitis guitars that were played by, well, amongst others, Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood back in the 70s, although none of their guitars were ever pink. I do like the look of Duesenberg guitars, actually. They've just got that sort of, they've got that kind of 1960s aesthetic, that kind of, that 1960s idea of what the future would look like about them. It's kind of got that sort of vibe going on. Mirrored scratch plate there, again, just adding to that sort of feel. I like the kind of stepped headstock up there. I like everything about this guitar, actually, apart from the colour. I would be interested to see if there was one that wasn't this kind of, in this Liberace shade of pink. Humbucker at the bridge, P90 at the neck, always a good combination. Let's have a look at the specs that we've got here. So we've got a semi-hollow guitar. The body is flamed maple, with a laminated spruce top. I would love to be able to show you some reverse pictures of the guitar, but that is the only picture that Thomann have got on the site. Unusually for a semi-acoustic guitar, this is a bolt-on neck, and not often you see that. Just a little bit different, I guess. It's a pearl mosaic inlay, 22 medium jumbo frets, 648mm scale length. Pickups are Duesenberg's own in-house models, as I say, humbucker and P90. Plain, simple, vanilla controls, master volume, master tone, three-way switch. The Duesenberg Deluxe Tremolo. Now, I've actually played a guitar that has one of these on, because you can buy it as an aftermarket part as well. And it was surprisingly stable in terms of tuning. So I'm not saying you could dive bomb it like a Floyd Rose, but then again, that's not what it's for. But if you're looking for that kind of rockabilly shimmer, it's more than capable of handling it. Anyway, moving on. You cannot talk about semi-acoustic guitars without talking about the daddy of them all, really, the Gibson ES335, and 5,200 quid or thereabouts will buy you the Gibson Custom Shop 1959 ES335 reissue. Let's have a look at some pictures here. We know what's going on with this guitar. The specifications for a 335 are, pretty well documented. It is an incredibly nice looking guitar. I've always had a soft spot for 335 guitars with that sort of blonde finish. I think it's because, I'm a big Dave Edmunds fan, and he used to play a blonde 335 quite a lot. There we go, back shot of it, and, everything is as you would expect. Let's take a look at some specs here for this. So, maple body, obviously semi-hollow, fixed bridge, you don't say. So, custom bucket Alnico 3, unpotted pickups. Now, there is... an interesting thing, not wax potted. I've never played, to my knowledge, a guitar that's got unpotted pickups, but I do know they have their devotees who say, well, yes, you do sacrifice, a little bit of stability at high volumes in terms of feedback resistance, but just the responsiveness is, in terms of touch sensitivity and kind of dynamic response of the pickups is, a joy to behold. So, anybody else out there got any experience of playing unpotted pickups? I'd be interested to know. But there you go, 5,200 quid will buy you the brand name guitar that kind of trumps all others really in this respect here. If you want something that is, from the company that invented pretty much this semi-hollow style of guitar, then that's the one you got to go for. Meanwhile, what we're looking at here is the B&G Guitars Goldfinger for 5,800 quid. I'm sure, like many people, pretty much every YouTube video I watched for a good while had the B&G Guitars adverts at the beginning of it, and these were some of the adverts that I always used to kind of not bother skipping because they are gorgeous looking guitars, aren't they? Dearie me. So let's see what we've got here. Let's read the blurb. Having crafted more than 1,000 handmade instruments, we thought it's time to raise the bar and use our luthier expertise to create a new breed of guitars, one that will challenge our craft and take it to its peak, yada yada yada. Anyway, Keeping the player's perspective in mind, the one-piece neck is joined at the 16th fret, so good top fret access, deep cutaway, easy access all the way up to the last fret. The exotic, is that Ziricote tone wood of the fingerboard, allows excellent note separation and clarity, etc., etc. Pickup selection ranges from P90s to the noise-cancelling kickbuckers to humbuckers, unpotted by default, so there we go again. You know, kind of you can have unpotted pickups or lightly potted on demand. Beautiful looking instrument there. I mean, it's just, again, it's got that sort of different yet familiar vibe going on. Scroll. Let's scroll down and see if we can find some specifications. Here we go. So we have one-piece mahogany body with a curved solid maple top and back, and the body is chambered. Gold-plated brass hardware, 10 to 46 strings as standard, which is about right. 24 3/4 inch scale length, mahogany neck. You know, it's all the good stuff, really, isn't it? I mean, just everywhere you look. I mean, look at the electronic CTS and Switchcraft electronics. You know, Tusk nut. Everything is, you know, just from the top end of the menu, isn't it? And some beautiful pictures. Let's just have a look at some of these pics here. I mean, the other thing about this is it does buy you a bit of exclusivity, doesn't it? You know, who else is going to have one? Basically, this is, you know, I would put this up there with, you know, kind of PRS private stock kind of instruments, really. But then again, it is PRS private stock kind of money, isn't it? You know, where was that price? 5,800 quid. Now, on the topic of, you know, exclusivity, let's take a look at the last selection today. This is the Vanden 335 style semi-acoustic guitar, and just a quick scroll through this page reveals something rather interesting. Can you see a price tag anywhere? No, neither could I. This genuinely is a case of, if you got to ask the price, you can't afford it. Although there is a Vanden guitar, not this model. I think it's a Vanden Martin Taylor signature model on eBay at the moment that's used, and that's going for well over $5,000 used. So draw your own conclusions as to what these things are brand new. I remember playing one of these back in the early 90s. It was actually this model as well, actually, because he's been making them that long, Mr. Vanden. It was at a guitar show. Remember when Guitarist magazine used to put on their own shows? I think this one was in Manchester, their own kind of guitar shows. And I was, you know, I just joined the big lads club because I'd bought myself my first ever Fender guitar. So I thought I knew what a really good guitar felt like to play. And then I picked one of these up on the Vanden stand. Dearie me. It was a joyful experience. Again, loving that blonde finish on that guitar there. It is classy and understated. It's not kind of gaudy and over the top looking. It's just, you know, beautiful. And as you can tell from the thistle inlay there, these are made in Bonnie, Scotland. Beautiful looking instrument, and look at the back on that as well. That's the part of the guitar that no one's going to see when you're playing it, and just look how beautiful they've made it just because they can. Absolutely gorgeous. I like that finish as well. It's just when you see close-ups like that, you can tell it just exudes quality, doesn't it? Anyway, enough drooling. Let's have a look at the specifications. So what have we got here? Front and back high figure sycamore. So there you go. The neck is mahogany. The fretboard is ebony. Headstock veneer ebony. Tone Pros bridge and tailpiece. Bindings grained ivory. Probably it's a posh way of saying plastic, I suppose, but Inlay mother of pearl and black pearl, finish vintage sunburst or blonde with nitrocellulose lacquer, 24.9 inch scale length and bare knuckle Stormy Monday humbucker set in terms of pickups. That's the other thing I like about this. Let's see if we can get, going back to the pictures again, is there a close-up somewhere of that 12th fret there? Because as you can see, just about in that picture there, we've got the little thistle inlay at the 12th fret as well. Lovely little touch, that. So if you have an absolute wheelbarrow full of money to spend on this style of guitar, then frankly, you know, this is the one that I personally would go for if I was looking for a semi-acoustic, and money was just not a factor at all in my decision. Money no object, this would be definitely the one. So there you go, those are the lineup of guitars in the silly money semis category. Droolsome stuff, isn't it? So which one would I have? Right, well, my memory of that Vanden guitar that I played many years ago at the Guitarist magazine show is a powerful memory. I remember it being an absolutely exquisite experience and a beautiful sound as well. So yeah, possibly, but I do like the look of that B&G guitar. Especially in that sort of cherry finish. I think that is a stunning looking thing. And again, you're getting that little bit of exclusivity with it, aren't you? You know, because who else is going to have one? But then again, if I was in the market for, you know, a kind of boutique semi-acoustic guitar, then why wouldn't I just go to Dan at Scott Guitars, who's building me my signature model at the moment, which I'm really excited about. That's getting really close to fruition, that one. You know, Dan's excited, I'm excited, but I might just go to him if I was in the market for that kind of thing and say, can you do me a semi-hollow one of those, please? I mean, here's a picture of the prototype that my my signature guitar, rather, is based upon. And you could easily imagine that with an F-hole in that upper bout, couldn't you? So, yes, the wheels are turning. It's got the old noggin jogging, that one. Yeah, we'll see if, we'll see what happens anyway. So that's pretty much it for today, folks. Which one would you have? You know, either any one of those on the list there, or, you know, if you've got any suggestions. This is by no means an exhaustive or definitive list of this style of guitar. These are just the ones that, as I was grazing the interweb, the ones that sort of caught my eye and made me think that's worth a second look, and hence they were in the video. But if you have any other suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comments section down below. And that is pretty much it for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found it reasonably entertaining. That is, after all, the point of something like this. And if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not give me a like while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream tomorrow, Friday, 5 PM UK time. I'm sure you know by now what it's all about, but basically, it's just a great way of kicking off the weekend. We sit around, we have a beer, we talk guitars and music. What's not to like about that? I'd love to see many of you there. If you're interested in supporting the channel, all the links are downstairs in the description. Thank you so much to everyone who is supporting me in that way, and thank you in advance if you're thinking about doing it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you for watching, thank you for your time, look after yourselves, folks, stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.